What if I told you that Jackie Christie's $300 million divorce settlement wasn't what it seemed? You won't believe how everything took an unexpected turn. After years of showing the world that she and Doug had the strongest bond in reality TV, the cracks finally started to show. But here's where it gets interesting. Shauni O'Neal, who had always stayed quiet about Jackie's marriage, suddenly decided to speak out. And let me tell you, what she revealed changed everything people thought they knew about this relationship. Jackie and Doug had been married for decades, and their love story was something people admired. They renewed their vows every single year, showed constant affection in public, and never got involved in the typical scandals of celebrity marriages. But behind all that, there were always whispers. People wondered if Doug truly felt the same way about Jackie's intense love. Some thought Jackie's need for control was a bit too much, while others believed Doug had willingly accepted his role in the marriage. But then something shifted. Doug, who always played the devoted husband, started behaving differently. He wasn't as present in public, he looked more distant in interviews, and those grand gestures of love seemed more like a duty than real passion. This is where it got shocking. Reports came out that Doug might have been planning to leave for a long time. Some sources claimed that he had been preparing for this for years, slowly making financial moves, speaking to advisors, and ensuring that when he finally walked away, he would be protected. But the craziest part, Jackie had no idea, or at least that's what she wanted people to believe. But let me tell you, this is where things got even more twisted. When the news of their divorce broke, the first thing that caught everyone's attention wasn't just the split itself, it was the jaw-dropping $300 million settlement. People were confused. Doug had a successful NBA career, but he wasn't making LeBron James money. So, where did this massive number come from? The answer wasn't as simple as people thought. Jackie had played a huge role in their financial empire. Over the years, she had invested in real estate, launched multiple businesses, and made sure their wealth kept growing. Doug, on the other hand, transitioned into commentary and coaching after retiring from basketball. Together, they built something big. But now, it was all on the table, and the legal battle was just getting started, and here's where it got even messier. Shauni O'Neal, who had never really commented on Jackie's marriage, finally spoke up, and what she said changed everything. She hinted that things weren't as perfect as Jackie had always made them seem. She suggested that Jackie might have known about Doug's intentions long before the public did. But why did Shauni decide to speak now? And what did she really know about what happened behind closed doors? But here's where it got even more shocking. Doug wasn't just walking away from the marriage, he was walking away on his own terms. And let me tell you, this is where destiny took an unexpected turn. While Jackie was still trying to figure out how everything had fallen apart so quickly, insiders started whispering that Doug had been quietly pulling away for years. The marriage that looked perfect from the outside was apparently a suffocating trap for him on the inside. For years, Jackie had been known for her intense control over their relationship. She had strict rules. Doug wasn't allowed to be alone with other women, not even in a professional setting. She attended nearly every event with him, ensuring he was never in a situation where she wasn't present. At first, people saw it as a sign of devotion, but the more time passed, the more it started to look like something else. Possessiveness. Some sources claimed that Doug, despite loving Jackie, had started feeling trapped. He had given up so much of his independence to maintain the marriage. He followed the rules, did what was expected, and kept the public image intact. But deep down, was he happy? This is where the story took a wild turn. People close to Doug revealed that over the last few years, he had been making quiet moves. He had started consulting financial advisors, possibly setting things up in a way that would allow him to leave when the time was right. And if that was true, it meant one thing. Doug had been planning this for a long time. But why now? Why, after all these years, did he finally decide to walk away? Some believed that Doug had simply reached his breaking point. Others suggested that there was another reason, one that Jackie never saw coming. And this is where things got even crazier. Rumors started swirling that Doug wasn't just leaving Jackie for freedom, there might have been someone else involved. Some insiders claimed that Doug had been quietly seeing another woman, someone who made him feel like himself again. Others insisted that Jackie was the one who had stepped out of the marriage first, and that Doug had been holding on to a secret betrayal for years. But here's the craziest part. If infidelity was involved, the $300 million settlement could change in ways Jackie never expected. Jackie, known for being fiercely protective of her image, wasn't going to take this lying down. She had spent years building a reputation of being the perfect, loyal wife, and if Doug was leaving her for another woman, that would destroy everything she had worked for. This is where Jackie's next move became the most unpredictable part of the entire story. Would she fight back with legal action? Would she expose Doug's secrets? Or was she about to drop a bombshell that would flip the entire narrative in her favor? But here's where it got even more intense. Jackie wasn't just sitting back and letting Doug take control of the narrative. You won't believe what she did next. The moment she realized that Doug had been planning this escape for years, she decided to fight back. And trust me, this is where it gets interesting. Jackie had always been known for her strong personality, but now she was in full battle mode. According to insiders, the first thing she did was hire a team of high-powered lawyers to dig into every financial move Doug had made. If he thought he could just walk away and keep his wealth protected, he was in for a rude awakening. Jackie wasn't just fighting for money, she was fighting for her legacy. She had built their financial empire alongside Doug, and there was no way she was going to let him take everything without a fight. But here's where things took an unexpected turn. Jackie didn't just go the legal route, she went straight for the court of public opinion. She reached out to PR specialists, making sure the media saw her as the betrayed, devoted wife who had been blindsided by the man she gave everything to. And it worked. Headlines started shifting in her favor. Suddenly, Doug wasn't the man trying to escape a controlling marriage. He was the husband who may have been planning his exit behind Jackie's back for years. And then the biggest bombshell dropped. Some sources claimed that Jackie had proof, text messages, emails, maybe even recordings, that could completely destroy Doug's reputation. This wasn't just about money anymore. Jackie had spent her entire life making sure her marriage was seen as unbreakable, and if Doug thought he could just walk away without consequences, she was about to remind him who he was dealing with. But here's the craziest part. Some insiders whispered that Jackie wasn't just looking for revenge. Deep down, she might not have wanted the divorce at all. Instead, this might have been a power move to bring Doug back under her control. Was she fighting for her fair share? Or was she fighting to keep him from leaving in the first place? And if she really did have damaging evidence against Doug, was she willing to use it? Or was it just a warning shot to make him rethink everything? As the legal battle heated up, one thing became clear. This wasn't going to be a quiet divorce. It was turning into one of the most dramatic breakups in reality TV history. But what neither Jackie nor Doug expected was that there was still one more twist waiting to be revealed. And trust me, this final revelation was about to change everything. But here's where it all took a turn that no one saw coming. Just when it seemed like Jackie had the upper hand, Doug made a move that left everyone speechless. Let me tell you, this wasn't just another messy celebrity divorce. This was about to become the most shocking breakup in reality TV history. After weeks of rumors, accusations, and legal threats, Doug finally broke his silence. And what he revealed changed everything. Instead of staying quiet and letting Jackie control the narrative, Doug came forward with his own set of receipts. Sources close to him claimed that he had been keeping his own record of their marriage for years. Private notes, legal documents, and even personal testimonies from people who had witnessed what was really happening behind closed doors. And the picture he painted wasn't of a loving, devoted wife fighting for her marriage. It was something much darker. Doug's side of the story was simple. He wasn't leaving because of another woman, money, or some secret plan. He was leaving because he felt like he had lost himself. He had spent decades trying to keep Jackie happy, following her rules and doing whatever it took to maintain their image. But according to him, he had been miserable for years, and now he was finally choosing himself. But here's where it gets even crazier. Doug's legal team didn't just stop at defending him, they flipped the entire case on Jackie. Suddenly, there were whispers that Jackie wasn't as innocent as she claimed to be. Some insiders suggested that Doug had proof of emotional manipulation, controlling behavior, and even threats that Jackie had made behind closed doors. And if this evidence was real, it could completely change the outcome of their divorce settlement. The internet went wild. Fans who had once supported Jackie began questioning everything. Was she really the heartbroken wife fighting for justice, or had she been the one pulling the strings all along? Was Doug truly the victim of a toxic marriage, or was this just his way of avoiding the massive financial payout? But here's the wildest part. Despite everything that had happened, there were still rumors that Jackie wasn't giving up. Some sources claimed that she had one final trick up her sleeve, something that could force Doug to reconsider everything. Was it more evidence, a financial loophole, or was it something even bigger, an attempt to win him back? Because if there's one thing we've learned about Jackie Christie over the years, it's that she never loses. And if she had anything left to play, this divorce battle was far from over. But here's where the story took its most unexpected twist yet. Just when everyone thought this battle couldn't get any messier, Jackie made a move that left even Doug stunned. You won't believe what happened next. Instead of crumbling under the pressure, Jackie did what she had always done best. She took control. And trust me, this is where it got really interesting. Just when it seemed like Doug had flipped the script and turned the public against her, Jackie pulled out her final weapon. Some sources claimed that she had dirt on Doug that could completely ruin him, not just in court, but in his career and personal life. And then the bombshell dropped. Jackie hinted that if Doug didn't negotiate the divorce on her terms, she would expose secrets that could destroy his reputation forever. The rumors started swirling. Was it about money, another woman, a business deal gone wrong? No one knew for sure, but the fear in Doug's camp was real. People close to him reportedly started scrambling, trying to contain whatever Jackie had up her sleeve. But here's the craziest part. Despite the bitterness, the legal war, and the public humiliation, some sources claimed that Jackie wasn't just looking to win the settlement. Deep down, she still didn't want the divorce to happen at all. Some insiders whispered that Jackie was playing the long game, making Doug feel like he was about to lose everything just to force him back into the marriage. Could she really be willing to forgive everything and take him back if it meant keeping the power dynamic she had built for decades? And then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more dramatic, Doug did something no one expected. Instead of backing down or fighting back, he made a decision that shocked everyone. He walked away from everything. According to some reports, Doug was so exhausted from the battle that he was willing to leave a massive chunk of his wealth behind just to be free from Jackie's grip. He didn't want to fight anymore. He didn't want revenge. He just wanted out. And just like that, one of the most explosive breakups in reality TV history came to an end, not with a final victory, but with a silent surrender. But the question remained, did Jackie truly win? Or did she end up losing the one thing she fought so hard to keep? Because in the end, this wasn't just a divorce. It was a battle of control, power, and legacy. And while Doug might have walked away, the real question was, would Jackie ever let go?